Welcome back, man. Episode 75 of Brick Shots with Billy Antonio. We got everybody here. Chris is making his second appearance. We're happy to have him. Matt, welcome back from your quote-unquote hiatus of what you have more important than this show, which I've never understood. So, welcome back. But before we get into the welcome backs and the how you doings, this 75 is our episode, right? 1975, Billie Jean King won her 6th Wimbledon and her 12th Grand Slam, her last Grand Slam that she won. That was in 1975. So that's how we're going to start this quote unquote this year in sports instead of this day.
No, we're not. We're going to start it out on a sport that we actually talk about on this show. We're going to talk about 1956, 51-year-old Satchel Paige wins a game before the largest crowd in minor league history. 57,000 at Miami's Orange Bowl International League. Marlins 6-2 versus the Columbus Jets. And that's how we're going to start today's show off. Tony, how you doing?
It with Billie Jean King winning her 6th Wimbledon. But yeah, so the second topic is Satchel Paige. I got you.
No, he's first.
He was second, but that's all right. Anyway, Chris, how you doing, man? I like the Chris Uso.
I'm good. Had to put the ones up to start the show for our fallen brother. Should be the tribal chief, but it is what it is.
That's that day one-ish, man. Christian, Superstar CMR, what's up?
Man, what's up? I'm good. Got good news. Just got a second part of the interview going on in 2 weeks. Other than that, man, still excited, ready for football to start. We got a little taste of it Thursday, but I'm ready for the whole thing.
I'm with you. Lions 10-7, Matt. Is that how you really feel, or is it 10+? What are we doing?
It's 10+, but I figured I'd appease the crowd here. I'll give us 7 losses for the show, but don't be surprised when I say I told you so and we win 11. All right?
Fair.
But I don't have anything else going on that's more important than this, but I just can't be driving around like a New York City taxi driver with a fucking earpiece in, screaming at this all day, driving around. So
that's respect.
Yeah.
So, Chris, a couple weeks ago, we did our winners.
I'm doing okay. If you want to know, Ben.
Yeah, I heard you were doing fine, Tonio.
No, you threw in your Satchel Paige thing, so that's what I thought you were doing all right. So I didn't give you your intro.
So it begins.
So you didn't give me mine. I didn't give you yours. Now we're moving on to Chris's division winners and runners-up of the NFL. Chris, I know you're not taking the Cowboys to win that division, huh?
I damn sure am. So I guess we starting with the NFC East then. I got the Cowboys in first with the Eagles second. The reason is before y'all get all out bent out of control.
Billy.
The Cowboys got an easier schedule. All right. Our hardest games, I say ours because I'm a Cowboys fan. We play the Chargers, the Niners, and the Bills. The Eagles play those same 3 teams plus the Chiefs and the Vikings. And they lost Miles Sanders, which I'm sure they'll have a viable replacement for him that'll still put up a 1,000-yard season. But I think having those couple extra harder games will give Dallas a chance to steal the division by 1 game. I still don't think they're a better team, though.
I'm just going to say one thing, Chris, and I'm going to let you keep going. Dak throwing picks to motherfuckers that's 5'5". I don't.
Oh, yeah, Dak don't throw 15 picks.
I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, like he getting told shit. Hey, that team is worse than I thought. But I'm gonna let you keep going.
I mean, he damn near led the league in picks last year, and there was 12-5. So,
hey, Peyton Manning led the league in picks.
Whoa, hey, wait. Now
I ain't saying
we not gonna give Dak all them fucking wins. All right, Chris, we had this conversation. Them games was won by another quarterback that's probably going when that twisted his hip out of place this year, he probably now if that happens, then yeah, I got y'all winning the division too. Because then you bring in a quarterback that actually looks for the guys that's wearing the same
play within the offense.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Yes, you did.
I'm gonna go ahead and give Matt his wet dream come true. How you gonna be 6-12? What?
No, Tony,
I got the Lions winning the division. Got the Lions winning the division. I think the Vikings will finish second, but I do think they'll fall back. They were 11-0 in one-score games last year. And they had the second most yards allowed and the third most points allowed. I just see regression coming for them. Luckily for them, the Bears and Packers got, high school level quarterback play. So they're not going to compete for anything. Going to the NFC South, I got the Panthers being first in a shitty division.
Ooh.
Bringing in an offensive coach in Frank Reich, even though I know Billy can't stand him. He did get the best out of Carson Wentz when everybody else made him look like he didn't belong in the league. So got some of the quarterbacks and bringing Bryce Young in as well as Miles Sanders and Adam Thielen. I think they'll be able to get a good run-first offense, and Bryce Young will be able to build off of that. Won't have too much pressure on him. I got the Saints winning second just because the other two teams are not worth the shit. I don't think the Saints are going to be great, but they upgraded at quarterback and bringing in Derek Carr, and the Falcons got Ritter, and the Bucks got Baker.
You don't think Baker can do anything in this offense?
I think Tom Brady went 8-9 with them last year, and I don't think Baker's can hold Tom Brady's jock with two hands. So, no, I don't think they'll be worth the shit. In the NFC West, shocker, I got the 49ers dominating the division. They got by far the best roster in the league. They can play with 12 different quarterbacks and win games. That's no other team in the league can say that. Second place, I think the Seahawks will take it. I don't know if they're necessarily got the second best roster, but I think the Rams are a bit too shallow, and they're one injury away from being right back where they were last year. I also think with Bobby Wagner coming back, that run defense will be a lot better for Seattle with him at the helm of it. So that should lead to some improvement, even if Geno regresses a little bit. Going to the AFC North, I got the Bengals winning it. I just think they have the best quarterback and weapons in the division. And this where Billy – save that thumbs down, Billy, because you're going to love this one.
Oh.
I got the Steelers winning second.
Ooh.
I echo Matt what he said about all Kenny Pickett needs to do is improve slightly, and they'll get up to 10 or 11 wins.
I'm gonna echo Tonio and say, what do you want to do? Throw 8 touchdowns and 8 picks,
and then he's gonna echo my argument from last year. That's better than fucking 6 picks or 6 touchdowns, 9 picks, or whatever he had. So,
I mean, he was a rookie and he helped lead them to a respectable 9-8 record. So I think any level of improvement.
Mike Tomlin been doing that shit his whole career. Chris,
he was winning with Mason Rudolph. Stop. This Kenny Pickett. I don't know why we.
And Mason Rudolph definitely had a concussion. He got beat. He got the fuck beat. Like, that dude didn't even know he's playing football no more.
Well, luckily the dude that beat the fuck out of him plays for the Browns, and they don't compete ever. But the reason I got the Steelers winning second instead of third is I don't see Lamar staying healthy for a full season ever, and that offense goes to complete shit when Lamar's down.
What do you got to say about it in the corner? I know he got something to say about it.
I'm going to say it. I think he's healthy this year, and him and Odell shot the fuck out of a lot of people.
If he's healthy for the full year, they win second place.
Billy, you can't talk about your own. I got your back, bro. Just be quiet. Goddamn. They gonna stay healthy, and Odell not even the key for me, because he done led the league in a lot of passing rate.
Wide receiver 3, is that what you said?
Come on, man, I'm not Christian.
It sounded like you was about to say something like that.
No, bro, he done led the league with not having a top tier receiver before. So if Odell does get hurt, as long as Mark Andrews can stay healthy, they scary, bro.
I don't think he really needs any receivers because he's such a threat running the ball that the offense runs through him, whether he's passing.
I think they're gonna try to get away from him running as much this year. I think they want to go ahead.
I was just gonna ask Tonio. So, are you saying? Do you think Todd Monken coming in as offensive coordinator is going to change up the way the Ravens play offense?
So of course, I'd be a damn dummy to take away running completely from him, but I also saw him be this notion that people have that he's not a good pocket passer is benign. I don't know why, but he could pass. He could pass in the pocket. So I think like, hey, you're gonna run less. Now, if you get in a situation where you got no choice, yeah, let's run. But I think they're gonna switch it up to get away from it's the option. First and second down, and then on 3rd and 7, now we throwing the ball. I think they're gonna, hey man, let's add that shit out 1st down one time. See, just change it up. And y'all also do have like 2 durable backs. So I don't think Lamar's legs will see that much this year. That's just me though. I think they get smarter, and hey, we can, if we have this dude, we win that playoff game. Even though they were 1 play away from Buddy fumbling. Well, if I got Lamar, then we going further.
So I think we all agree that if Lamar's healthy, then they win at least 2nd place, if not the whole division. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Only thing that scared me, Chris, about what you and Matt said is y'all got the potential to be right, and not because of Kenny Pickett. Just because
it'll be if Lamar gets injured. It won't be because
not even that. It's because of
Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin. I just think Mike Tomlin can pull it out his ass. And that's what's scary. Like, he pulled, there was no way, no TJ Watt. I thought they were going to lose everything. And he still went over 500. I'm like, how the fuck you do that? Your quarterback ain't have but 600 yards passing. It's like, I don't know.
I will say, I think Pittsburgh has the best defense in the division, which is.
When healthy, though.
Right. They stay healthy. They probably have the best defense in the division. So if Pickett can somewhat reel it in, get it together, and just not be mistake free most of the season, I think they got a good chance.
So that and I'm with you, Christian, because the Steelers defense is no joke. I don't think any of us are going to argue that the defense is just a regular defense. But it's like Pittsburgh defense is here, but Cincinnati, on top of having Joe Burrow and those offensive weapons, Cincinnati's defense is right here. It's not like a big difference. So I think Cincinnati just, with all that shit they got going for them, it doesn't matter. Burrow threw 3 picks and still won against Pittsburgh. So it's one of those things where that's where I'm looking at. But
we've also seen Lamar be crazy in the regular season, though, and I think he has the potential to be. He can win the division, I think, and I don't think that's really a stretch to say. I just don't think he's going to stay healthy a full season. Like most people, when they get a lot of injuries, they don't get healthier. You know what I mean? And even if, to me, it's like in wrestling, you got a bump car. You can only take so many bumps before you get injured. In football, it's like you can only take so many hits before you get injured. I get he got injured in the pocket last year, but if you're taking an extra 10 or 15 hits a game, I mean,
the Ravens
it's only a matter of time.
Is not good.
Hey, but they did say Lamar looked like he's putting on weight, right?
Yeah, but
he's
added about 10 pounds every offseason since he's been in the league, and it's not correlating the same way that you would like imagine your quarterback.
He's more adding muscle instead of pudding.
Yeah. And I think if you look at some of those like Burrow, Mahomes, even Herbert, who we don't really like, they have kind of like that, like Chris just said, that pudding factor where they have a little. It's not muscle; it's a little bit of fat, kind of guarding themselves. Yeah.
See, Chris, I did it. I took us all the way off subject. Hey, let's let Chris get back.
Sorry.
All right, back. We got 3 divisions left. The AFC South. I got Jacksonville winning this. I think foreshadowing for later. I think Trevor Lawrence puts his name in the top 5 quarterback discussion this year. I think what he showed in the playoffs last year with that comeback was fucking incredible. And I think he's by far the best quarterback in this division. Second place, I got the Titans. Again, I don't think they're a great team. This is just a terrible division. They added D-Hop. They got King Henry. And Tannehill's adequate enough to get them around 500. The Texans and Colts just suck. I mean, the Colts' top 2 players are a running back and a guard, and they can't get leads. So what the fuck is that running back going to be able to do? You can't catch up running the ball. I'm not even going to talk about the Texans. They don't deserve it. In the AFC West, I got the Chiefs. No surprise, best team in the league. Might go undefeated. I saw Tonio thought the Raiders was going to make the playoffs. Got them in dead-ass last place. McDaniels is a garbage head coach. Great offensive coordinator. Can't run an organization for shit. They replaced Derek Carr with an.
Hey, no, stop, Billy. See, look, there you go.
Hey, come on, let him finish.
Fuck that. You want Christian's corner to come around or no?
I do.
Derek Carr
Let him finish.
I can't just let Chris say Josh McDaniels just no. When he drafted Tebow, everyone was saying it was the dumbest move ever. Then they got a different coach in there. I get Tom McDaniels. They made the playoffs with Tebow and won a playoff game against a great Steelers defense. Just throwing that out there. McDaniels had a thought, like, this is what I could do. And then we saw it in fruition just with a different coach. Sorry.
I will say the only reason they won that
Tebow
is
never played
rest
another
in peace,
game
Demaryius
again
Thomas.
until his buddy head coach came into the league.
All right. Would you want him to
don't
coach?
forget about that part.
Would you want him to coach the Ravens?
No.
Okay, then. On top of that, they replaced
mind
Derek Carr
control,
with
Chris. I'm playing mind control. I hope that the rate really. I said that, but I really want them to be terrible, and then he just ended up back in New England.
Sorry, Chris. They won't let you finish a list for nothing. I apologize.
They replaced Derek Carr with the underwhelming, often injured Jimmy Garoppolo, and they had a terrible defense last year, 5th worst in total yards, 7th worst in scoring allowed. And their defense, they run slower than me. Damn near everybody on their defense, and I'm fat. I can't run for shit. So they're not stopping nobody. And Jimmy G, he loved giving up the ball almost as much as Dak when it matters. As far as second place, I'm torn between the Chargers and Broncos. I think the Chargers are going to take it just because I don't know if Sean Payton's going to be able to bring Wilson back to what he was in Seattle. And I think the Chargers roster is elite. I just think their head coach is a jackass too. Going to the AFC East, I'm going to piss Tonio off again. And I'm going to go ahead and pick my last place team first just because of it. Got the Patriots dead ass last. They got no offensive talent, and Mac Jones isn't good enough to overcome the lack of talent and speed on the offensive side of the ball. But first place, I got the Bills. They got Von Miller coming back, and it's too many. The other teams got too many questions. Like the Dolphins, I mean, Tua is going to have a concussion, at least 3 of them this year.
And
he might be forced into retirement.
Didn't matter, but okay.
I mean, they were 9-8 last year.
He's practicing on.
I didn't say the record. I'm just saying they made the fucking playoffs, Chris. That's what I was saying.
If Tua goes down this year, they're not making the playoffs.
He went down.
Teddy Bridgewater there to help out.
Exactly.
Till the playoffs come.
I'm gonna just say this because we gotta let Chris finish. It went from 5 to 17 already.
I'm gonna pull Kanye. I'm gonna let you finish, Chris. But hold on. Skylar Thompson almost beat the Bills in a playoff game. So
yeah,
he's still fucking there.
Almost.
Chris, I'm gonna say Patriots pick, and then I'm gonna let you finish it off. Your Patriots pick is almost as funky as Matt's toe over there. I don't know. Hey, you're not gonna disrespect us like that because we're gonna shock everybody. Man.
I mean, Big Dick Nick took the Eagles to the Super Bowl. Nobody's saying he's a great quarterback. So your Skyler, whoever the fuck argument is null and void. He ain't getting no respect. I don't care about his last name. He's a bum. I got the Jets winning second in the division. Again, mainly just because I don't think Tua are going to make it through the season. And they got Skyler, what's his name, as the backup quarterback.
Thompson. But yeah.
Whoever.
Chip Skylark.
Let's go with that.
My shiny teeth in
the Jets got a great defense. If they just get slightly improved quarterback play, which, let's be real, A-Rod's going to be an improvement over whoever they threw out there last year. I think they should be able to win second. The only concern I got with them is that Jets O-line is real suspect. A-Rod don't really run no more, and he's had really good O-lines in Green Bay his whole career. So if he can return not even to his back-to-back MVP level, if he can just be slightly better than last year, he'll be infinitely better than what the Jets had throwing balls last year.
No, and your transition game is like a pro. It's like you've been doing this show with us for 10 years. But let's talk about the Hall of Fame game. Tonio, did you watch any?
No, I was at work.
Chris, did you watch the Hall of Fame game?
I have this thing where I don't really like watching preseason football. I don't like watching second and third teamers go against second and third teamers. If I wanted to watch practice squad teams play, I would go out and watch the Cowboys. You know.
Chris,
I did. Oh, go ahead.
Christian, did you watch?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. I didn't take much from it. A lot of backups, third strings, players that won't make the roster, but a few decent plays from Zach Wilson.
I did see that one. The throw
Didn't
down
really-
the sideline.
That
Yeah.
65-yard throw too.
Yeah, I didn't really gather much from watching it. Just a little taste of football.
Go ahead, Matt. What about you? Did you watch?
I watched, but there's nothing really to take away from what was it, like 16-14, something like that. There's
21-16.
really there's two plays on each side that made that score. So there was really nothing to take away from the game. Lights went out. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's something to take away from that game, Billy. I did, contrary to everybody's belief, I like to read a lot. I read a lot. I did see a big number bigger than the score of the game, and that was 6.3 million. That means 6.3 million viewers. You know what that tells me, Billy?
What's that?
Everybody is fucking ready for football again. Like, if you can watch the Browns and the Jets play the whole game, 6.3 million people, you know how much I probably would, I don't know, clip my toenails while I'm taking a shit and, you know, other than watching them. I don't watch the Browns and the Regulars.
If you clipping your toenails while you taking a shit, you pretty athletic.
Yeah,
No,
I don't know if that's athletic more than flexible. A little difference there. He's not doing jumping jacks while he's shitting.
Taking a shit, bring your feet up, or you bend it down too.
Yeah, I shit while I'm saying, bro.
Your feet look like it. Put your feet up.
Appreciate it.
Stop talking about his feet. So
I can't.
Right.
He's got a foot fetish.
I know, bro. Like your big toe is doing something to the other toes that I don't think it's supposed to do, bro.
Toenail, for real, quit talking about the feet, or we're gonna have to see the dick again.
All right, you're right. Yeah, I don't want to see that. What did you take from it, Billy?
So my first takeaway was DeMarcus Ware singing the national anthem. I love anytime anyone's singing the national anthem. I think DeMarcus Ware doing it. It wasn't very good, but I've never seen a former player sing a national anthem, and I thought it was pretty awesome to see. I know it was him and Demaryius Thomas talked about doing it, so it was a real nice literal respect move for doing it. Rest in peace to great wide receiver we've seen in the league. But it was really cool to see. Like, he was quieter. He didn't hit some high notes or whatever, but it's also it wasn't as bad as Fergie, and she's like a real singer person. So that was my first takeaway. But my second one was, and I understand, and it's exactly what Chris, Antonio, and even Christian said, why are we watching twos go against threes and threes go against twos? Why are we doing that? But it's to kind of, if you're watching the game for what it is, you're seeing who doesn't belong out there, and that's who you know is going to make your team. So watching Zach Wilson out there, Zach Wilson did not belong out there because he was better than everyone else. So that as a Jets fan, if I'm a Jets fan, right, I'm looking at it and I'm like, all right, at least we have Zach sitting here, he's better than the bad bunch, right? So he does kind of belong in this echelon, but like Chris said, we're ready for the Jets. If they had remotely close to an upgrade at QB, they're going to win a lot more games, and that's what we're looking at. But if you're, again, one more time as a Jets fan, I can now trade Zach Wilson, who's young. Maybe I can hit him with a Miami team who's going to be fucking hurting at the QB position. Let's say the Vikings, if Kirk Cousins goes down, maybe I'm thinking if I'm Minnesota, I'll do another Sam Bradford, even though we saw a lot better shit from Sam Bradford than we did from Zach Wilson. But we've seen him. He doesn't belong with them twos and threes because he's better than them twos and threes.
We also saw him against ones last year, and he didn't belong with the ones either.
But again, Chris, not saying you're wrong, but if he's in that echelon of better than your twos, but not as good as your ones,
he's a good backup. He's Teddy Bridgewater.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying.
I think Teddy Bridgewater better.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But we've seen Teddy Bridgewater for a couple years do it, so it's a bit different. Teddy Bridgewater also had Sean Payton. So if you give a Zach Wilson a Sean Payton, you don't think he can improve his fucking skill. If you give him a Kyle Shanahan, you don't think he's going to be a little bit better at the quarterback position. We just talked about the 49ers winning with fucking somebody like me at quarterback position.
Kyle's already trying with one former Jet quarterback, so give him one at a time.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's crazy how you talking about quarterbacks, though, Billy. I think it kind of skyrockets us into our next topic. We're going to do the defense side of the ball next week. But this week, man, we doing top 5 offensive position, excluding offensive linemen, except for me, Chris, and Christian, and Matt. Billy didn't want to do offensive lineman because he looks like one now, but he used to be a quarterback. So
come on, Billy, they protect you.
It's just I just couldn't bring myself to it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's okay. Fuck Billy. Matt, right now, give me your top 5 quarterbacks in the league.
So you can just go to cut to 2 weeks ago and we went over this. But I'm going to go Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Allen, Rodgers, Hurts.
You said Kirk?
You said Kirk at 5?
Hurts. Kirk's number 32 at all times.
Disaster averted.
Yeah, list his ass. Chris, let's go.
I mean, my list is gonna be just as ass because I got pretty much the same list, except I got Trevor Lawrence 5th on mine. Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Hurts, Trevor Lawrence.
I like your list better than Matt's.
Well, you don't like A-Rod though, so that makes sense.
Yeah, fuck A-Rod. Christian, who you got? Christian, are you froze? Oh no, you moved.
No. Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Jackson, and on the 5th one, I got a 3-way tie.
No,
you got to pick one. You can't. There's no 3-way ties.
Boom.
No corner.
Damn, y'all. I don't.
You got to pick a hole, Chris. You can't be like, I
pick
won all 3 of them. Pick a hole. Come on.
I'm gonna go with Justin Herbert.
Ew.
He's got the talent for it, but he ain't showing.
Don't say ill, but look at his numbers compared to who y'all think is great. Jalen Hurts. It's not close.
The MVP.
I don't care about it.
No, I didn't say the accolades.
I don't care about his numbers. Hey, let's
look at
Hey, we got no time to debate this.
Yeah. Hey, which one of them went to the Super Bowl recently? The player.
Trent Dilfer went to the Super Bowl. What that mean?
Stop the Trent Dilfer. Why do we do this?
Y'all want to bring it up all the time for who went to the Super Bowl.
Rex Grossman went to the Super Bowl.
My point exactly. So that means nothing. Just because Hurts went. Go on to the next one.
This dude always saying Trent Dilfer, bro, for his quarterback.
I mean, unless y'all think he's a superstar.
This is your last week using Trent Dilfer, bro. You pulled that Trent Dilfer card the last 4 weeks in a row.
I'll use Rex Grossman next time.
It's a reason you can remember the exception.
You can't steal Rex Grossman. That's mine. Like, get your own. Anyway, Billy,
numbers
got
don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
The other one. Fuck. What are we doing?
Numbers don't lie.
Me, Billy's taking Patrick Mahomes number 1, Joe Burrow number 2, Jalen Hurts number 3, Lamar Jackson number 4, and number 5. Everyone's about to be real mad. It's Kirk Cousins.
Idiot.
Number 1.
You had the audacity to say you didn't like Herbert.
Yes, I've seen Kirk Cousins win a fucking playoff game. I've seen Justin Herbert lose a 35-0 playoff game. So I don't want to hear fucking jack shit about Justin Herbert or Josh Allen until they fucking.
You ask 10 people, would they have Herbert or Cousins?
You think Kirk Cousins is better than Matthew Stafford if Matthew Stafford didn't?
That's not the question. That's not the question.
No.
Kirk Cousins with
I've
Justin
seen Matthew
Jefferson.
Stafford win a Super Bowl. I could put him in here, but he didn't play last year.
You could have put him in there, and I don't think I wouldn't have looked at you sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins, again. Hold on, real fast. Chris brought it up, and it had a very good point. Minnesota was 11-0 in one-score games last year. The quarterback has a lot to do with that. Matthew Stafford is known for doing those fucking kind of numbers of winning those one-score games when it's on you, and it's on you to get the team down, score a touchdown, or get a field goal to win the game and get the fuck out of there.
The other 6 games were non-1 o'clock games, and he lost them all.
Okay, talk about a prime time, Kirk Cousins. That's okay. What is Justin Herbert in prime time? Not jack shit. What is Josh Allen doing in prime time? Nothing. All we've done is talk up and how great the Bills and how great Josh Allen is, and he hasn't done fucking shit either.
So you're rating
you're wrong, Billy.
What they did in the playoffs?
He has done shit. He's thrown an interception in crunch time. That's what Josh Allen does every year. Anyway, let me go with my list because Billy, Christian hates to be wrong. I don't know why, bro. Like, Justin Herbert ain't did shit.
I like to understand why, but go ahead.
He sucks. He's good, but he sucks.
You are the only one to have Herbert, and he's the only one to have Cousins. So you guys are both wrong. So.
All right. So my list is like Billy's up to 3, and then I have up to 4. I have Lamar Jackson, but I'm gonna go with a Chris on his 5. I'm also put a picture of John up. I got Trevor Lawrence, bro. Last year he looked good, but I also have him looking way better this year because now he got Calvin Ridley as a number 1, and Evan Ingram is progressing to the player he was supposed to be when he was over there dying in New York.
Tight end number 2.
I think Trevor Lawrence makes a lot of noise, and he wins the fuck out of his division. So yeah,
They just zipped through your list already.
Tonyo, hey, we'll go back to you for running back too.
No, let's go to no draws Matt for the running back.
All right, I'm about to take my pants off here real quick, but I got this is gonna be a good list because you guys aren't gonna agree with this at all. Jonathan Taylor, number 1, Christian McCaffrey 2, King Henry 3, Nick Chubb 4, Alvin Kamara 5.
Put him back on. Put your pants back on.
Tonyo.
That's it.
What the fuck? Hey,
who is
Christian.
your number 1? Run that by me one more time. The number 1.
Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Alvin Kamara.
Now, let me say something real quick.
Go ahead, Christian.
Now, my thing with Kamara is, he's never rushed for 1,000 yards. How is he?
Wait, for real? Is that a real stat?
That's real. He's never rushed for over 1,000 yards. And people love to thrust him up there like he's a great running back.
Because I'll take 20 touchdowns a season along with 1,700 yards from scrimmage. That's
yeah,
what
but
I'll do.
I like that.
You're not
Christian McCaffrey, but smaller numbers. More touchdowns.
Your position ain't called receiving back. It's running back. Get me 1,000 yards.
Now, who can play that position the best? Pass blocking, catching, running is what they do. They don't just run the ball. They got to go catch the ball.
I mean, if that's what you're looking for, hey, I can't argue, but it's just hard for me to want to run back.
That shit
I'm with
called
Christian. Yeah,
running.
I'm with Christian.
That shit is called running back. I'm agreeing with Christian too. Fuck you, stupid.
I wasn't talking to you, Tonyo.
You said fuck y'all, so me and Matt were the only 2 people talking. Who's the other y'all?
Yeah, you guys were talking.
Christian said nothing.
It was Matt
and
and
me.
Chris. I don't care because I know Chris doesn't have Kamara in his top 5, and if he does, he ain't rushed for 1,000 yards. So I don't give a fuck.
Chris, who you got in your top 5?
I got Nick Chubb, best back in the league. I got King Henry, number 2. 3rd, I got Josh Jacobs up in Oakland. 4th, I got Christian McCaffrey. And then 5th, I got Justin Fields. Hey, you want 1,000-yard rusher? I'm just saying. He gets you 1,000 yards rushing.
Who's your real 5?
Saquon. He the only reason the Giants work the fuck. They're damn straight because of Daniel Jones.
Chris, you looking sick. Christian, you looking sick down there, man. Who you got?
Oh no, I'm good. I got almost the same as Chris, but I'm going King Henry. We got Derrick Henry number 1, Nick Chubb right behind him, Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, and Saquon Barkley. I want to put Josh Jacobs in there, but me personally, I'm taking those 5 over Jacobs. I respect.
I will say Josh Jacobs so far is a one-hit wonder.
Thank you.
And yeah, that's another reason. He had one great year, and I just don't want to put him in there.
He had Kamara rushing stats, and then he blew up. That's what he had. Well, all right, with 50 more yards because he cracked 1,000.
So he did
50 more yards.
He hasn't cracked 1,000
on a terrible
1,000. 1,000 is not 900. It's 1,000.
950.
There's that
50 yards, 1,000.
It doesn't matter. You got to get there. Anyway, I'm gonna, because Matt loves to say the NFL is illegal. What have you done for me lately? Not back then. So I'm not gonna disrespect Josh Jacobs. He just led the league in rushing last year. Josh Jacobs is number one. Derrick Henry, number two. He has probably the worst, highest paid quarterback in history. Like $40 million a year quarterback.
The worst highest paid.
But let me ask you before you finish. If somebody asked you to pick a running back in the NFL, anybody, you would take Jacobs over anybody?
That's what I'm taking right now. If I'm going off of what you did for me lately.
Okay.
He ran for me lately. He rushed for all them yards and had Devontae Adams, even though Devontae had a good year too, I think. So yeah, I'm taking him. I'm taking Derrick Henry. My number 4, I'm going with Nick Chubb because man, he just run the ball. My number 5. Wait, did I say 3?
Well, you won ahead. You was on 3.
Yeah.
You had Jacobs, Henry, then you got a Chubb.
Oh yeah, Jacobs, Henry, Chubb. I'm also gonna go with Chris and go Saquon. And my number 5 is gonna make everybody mad and it's gonna surprise the fuck out of y'all. But this dude was on my fantasy. This dude got a back that got paid a lot of fucking money, booted from the team. This dude was probably the only reason why Dak ain't throw way more interceptions because he could dump it off to him. I'm going Tony Pollard.
I ain't mad at that.
I respect.
I just don't think he's gonna have the. I don't think he's gonna hold up being the workhorse without somebody taking up half the carries.
Hey, I feel that way too, Chris.
I feel that way too, Chris.
Hey, Chris, I'm going off of the last Lion feel that way. What have you done for me lately? I seen what he did for me last year.
He watched Zeke take a beating, and then he just fucking ran past the entire defense. That's what he did.
They had that thunder and lightning offense.
What did
Zeke was like, God
Zeke
damn,
get paid for?
What did
he get paid for? God damn, earn that fucking high ass check.
So before I go to my top 5, so Zeke kind of quote unquote earned the check he got. It was kind of one of those like where he did earn it and then fell off. So it's kind of one of those like, what are you gonna do kind of things? Because Zeke is also the best blocking back in the NFL, and like that's something we just moss over. Nothing by far, like by a lot. It's kind of crazy. But again, when you're just
running up in people's faces when he's blocking, the rest of them backs just go low, and if they don't block him, they're like, "Oh fuck it, I tried."
And it's so funny too because his last play as a Cowboy, he was on the offensive line and just got.
When he got blown the fuck up.
But so I'll go with my top 5.
Bring it back on a little vet minimum deal. Just be the goal line and pass back.
Hey, we got 2 yards, Zeke. Just jump in there. But I do think Zeke gets a lot of disrespect because he is a Cowboy. I think if he was doing the same shit in any other city, we would still hold Zeke to kind of a higher level. But so my top 5 running backs, I'm going Christian McCaffrey. He stayed healthy last year in that Shanahan offense. We know Shanahan can just do whatever the fuck he wants, honestly, with an offensive playbook. Number 2 is Nick Chubb because he is the best running back, and that's if you end the statement with just best running back running the ball, it's Nick Chubb easily. I would like to see what he does without a Kareem Hunt to kind of come in and clean up the messes that he's not going to have this year. Number 3 is Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry gets a lot of passes for being hurt so much. It's kind of like we look at Lamar and we say, oh, Lamar gets hurt a lot, but he doesn't really get hurt that much. But then you look at Derrick Henry, who also gets hurt often, but it's not a lot. And Derrick Henry's numbers kind of save him from when he is hurt. We just still act like he's just we just understand that he's one of the best backs. So that's where I'm taking King Henry at number 3. Number 4 is going to be Tony Pollard. I think without Zeke this year, and it's just, hey, Tony, you got it. Don't worry about it. He's going to kind of be like how the Commanders should have used Antonio Gibson. I think he's just going to be used better. So that's why I got Tony Pollard number 4. Number 5, nobody said Aaron Jones, and I don't know why. The way the Packers offense is going to be with Matt LaFleur calling the plays, Aaron Jones is going to get a lot of carries. He might not get a lot of touchdowns, but he's going to get a lot of carries and a lot of swing out passes.
I like Jones.
So I think Aaron Jones is going to be your number 5, and that's where I'm at.
I had to have a heart-to-heart with myself. It was going to be either Aaron Jones or Kamara as my 5. So put that out there as a little caveat.
I wanted to squeeze Jones in mine too, but I couldn't take him over the other 5.
Why'd you want to squeeze him?
I couldn't put them in just because I don't think they're gonna get any. They're not gonna have any leads to run the ball. Same issue with who was the one that I left out? Taylor. Same reason with Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, wrong button.
Well, speaking of squeezing, because Matt likes to be, that guy.
Hey,
Matt, who's your top 5 wide receivers in the league? And I feel like this is where we're gonna have the most diversity.
Yeah, this is interesting. There's a lot of guys can go in there.
all right. I'll let you know now. There's not a Lions player in here for my wide receivers, so just give you a warning.
They are suspended.
Devontae Adams. Hey, this is my turn. Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans.
I can't argue.
I'm not gonna argue that list either. Kristen, since you're not arguing, who's your top 5?
I'm gonna stick the same way with number 1, Devontae Adams. I think best route runner in the game. Hands, he catch everything thrown his way. I'm gonna go with a playmaker. I think his speed really he doesn't pop off the screen with routes or just great hands, but I think his speed separates him from everybody else. I'm going Tyreek Hill. Right there underneath him, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs.
Chris, who you got?
We're gonna see pretty much the same names for me, -1. I got Justin Jefferson as top receiver in the league. I got Tyreek Hill 2nd. Jamar Chase 3rd. Got Stephon Diggs 4th. And then I got Cooper Kupp 5th.
Ooh, no love
for
for
come
Adams.
back and do some big thing. Adams for me was 7th. I had Mike Evans 6th. I just think Adams gonna fall off a little bit this year with Garoppolo as his quarterback. So I don't think he's gonna look like a top 5 player this year personally.
I can't argue with that.
Billy, since you just popped back in, who's your top 5 squeezers of the ball?
Squeezer of the ball. So
that's what Matt calls him.
No, because Matt's a squeezing kind of guy. But
I like to squeeze.
So, obviously, I think Justin Jefferson. I want to just say that's everybody's top guy because it's
no.
So y'all are fucking.
We've already track record has proven he's not.
Well, sure, whatever. So I got Justin Jefferson. I got Jamar Chase number 2. This one's gonna kind of be surprising. My number 3 is gonna be Scary Terry. I just think the way the Commanders are gonna kind of run the offense with Eric Bieniemy. I think Scary Terry is gonna do a lot of Travis Kelce type moves at the receiver position as opposed to the tight end position. And with Dotson kind of being that Tyreek Hill-esque player, I think Bieniemy is going to be able to fucking get Scary Terry into the top 3. Then I'm going to go Devontae Adams. I understand what Chris is saying with Garoppolo, but you have the same guy with Derek Carr. I think Garoppolo and Derek Carr are almost the same guy without the fourth quarter comebacks and without the great coach of Kyle Shanahan. Now he has McDaniels, who's an offensive coordinator on steroids. And then A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts is just going to be like, this is my guy. This is where I'm going. So A.J. Brown's my number 5. I excluded Tyreek Hill, missed the cut because just looking at it and thinking about Mike McDaniels and an Andy Reid offense to where he doesn't really have to worry about being a quote unquote number 1 receiver to where Tyreek can kind of still play within the offense and be kind of figured out. Go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
Can I say something? You're going to put Jamar Chase on the list, though?
Yes.
Where he's got 6 other number 1 wide receivers?
Yeah, because Joe Burrow likes him the most.
All right, go back and make that argument again.
So, Jamar Chase is loved by his quarterback as opposed to a You don't want –
you tell me that what's his name, Tua, doesn't want Tyreek coming to his yacht club and beating up his
We don't even
tender?
know if Tua is going to survive one game match.
I'm talking about Tua at the yacht club, not playing football.
No, does Tua even know who Tyreek Hill is?
No, not after.
He's just out there just fucking ZY.
Hey, nice to meet you. My name's Tua. Left hand.
Either way,
lefty.
I'm gonna do my list. I'm gonna do my list real different. Well, not super different, but I'm gonna put people
Juju.
on there.
Nelson Aguilar.
No, I'm gonna surprise you, Matt. I'm gonna surprise you a lot. So my number one is Justin Jefferson. Then I got Jamar Chase, and then I got Stephon Diggs is my number 3. I have AJ Brown as my number 4 because he went to Ole Miss, and my number 5. This one's for you, Matt. Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's my number. That's
You'll
my
see
number
this
5.
year. He'll prove you right.
He had a breakout year last year, and then with what's the name, Jameson getting suspended for being dumb as fuck. Jared gonna have to go to him way more. So yeah, I think he's gonna have a hell of a year ahead of him, unless he gets suspended as well.
He won't. He's the sun god.
You said what?
My bad, Matt. Go ahead.
I said he won't. He's the sun god. That's what his name means.
That's what it means. I do want to throw out in my Madden franchise, Amon-Ra St. Brown is has the most yards ever in a career by like 13,000 yards. So I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, he'll end that way in the real life too.
Yeah.
He's gonna have 2,500 yards every season from here on out.
Where are we at? Are we going tight ends, Tony? You want to start this one off?
Tight end, Joe.
Tight ends, man. Let's go tight ends. I'm never starting off, but I started off the last one. You would have known that, but you left. So you started off.
You didn't start off the wide receivers.
You weren't here, so you don't know.
You were the last one to. I just watched it.
Billy,
this was for you, Matt. All right, Billy, go.
Okay, so I'll go first. Tonio, I don't know who tight ends are. That's what Tonio just said. But I'll go number 1. I'll go number 1. Travis Kelce, obviously. I'm going George Kittle, number 2. Give me TJ Hawkinson, number 3. I think, again, I have JJ as my number 1 wide receiver. I think this Minnesota offense with Kirk Cousins in his second year with Kevin McConnell is going to really, really kind of understand what that offense is going. They also lost Dalvin Cook. So I think they're going to lean less on that run game, and they're going to really boost up those passing numbers. Number 4 is going to be Mark Andrews. I think with all the wide receiver help that the Ravens got, Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews is kind of take a back seat. Not a back seat particularly, but just kind of a quote-unquote back seat to the rest of the receiving core that Lamar got.
Get less targets.
Yeah, just a little less targets. Maybe only relied on for third down passes, kind of for their little mid situation, but with Zay Flowers, who Greg Cosell said is going to be the best receiver this year. That's just Greg Cosell. I'm just some fucking guy on the internet. But my number 5 is about to shock everybody, and I'm just going to get a lot of hate. I'm kind of upset Tonio's not here to just really just direct all kinds of hate towards me. But it's going to be Greg Dulcich, the fucking tight end for the Denver Broncos. And I think he's going to get so many Russell passes. Sean Payton is going to make this guy look like fucking Jimmy Graham. I'm telling you, in 10 games, so he only started 10 games last year. In 6 of those games, he was the tight end number 1 in fantasy with receptions and yards. His touchdown numbers don't really match up, but they had Javonte Williams, so maybe that's something. But
Denver didn't score any touchdowns last year at all, though, so that's not.
Yeah,
really
this
surprising.
balcony's looking pretty good to jump off of right now.
He scored 2 touchdowns last year. Y'all, okay, motherfuckers, you know what? I'm telling you. This motherfucker is going to be a legit tight end in the NFL.
Yeah, he is. He gets paid to play tight end. That's legit. Dan Campbell was a tight end.
Dan Campbell was a really good tight end for the Cowboys and for the Saints.
He had like 200 career yards.
I don't care. That doesn't mean he wasn't a good tight end.
Well, I think he was more of a blocking guy.
Yeah, he was a blocking guy.
Does Lee Smith ring a bell? That's who Dan Campbell was.
Did Lee Smith play for the
Lee
Saints?
Smith, that was a closer for the Cardinals, wasn't it?
Yeah, him too. But Lee Smith was just a 280-pound tight end, basically what Mercedes Lewis does now. But
look,
he did it.
Look. Greg Aldridge is going to be the fucking guy in Denver. Just you watch. With all those receivers going down too, with Sharp, you don't think he's going to fucking use the tight end?
Billy,
Tony, what?
You wanted me here to tell you was stupid? I'm here.
Yes.
Wait. Can I just say something before Tonio says something? Can I just say something?
Yes.
When has Russell Wilson ever thrown to a tight end?
Last year.
last year, huh?
Billy had 14 touchdowns, maybe 11. I can't remember.
And two of them were to the fucking tight end. So
his numbers are gonna go crazier.
If he goes to 3. If Russell Wilson goes to 26 touchdowns, that's 4 touchdowns for the tight end.
Russell Wilson ain't going to 26 touchdowns. He's
Sean
going to whatever.
He's
going to whatever event that Sierra needs her purse held. That's where he's going. That's where he's going. All right?
After you put that work in on the field.
And number one, respect to him for holding her purse, because I would do the same shit.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. You need me to hold that? I got no problem. You don't want me to go through it? Easy day. Done.
Fuck all that.
You're going through something else later, though.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. And you're raising future's kid. So
yeah, he praying about it. He ain't fucking see that. He just
we talking tight ends, or we talking unlimited?
Hey,
she does have a tight end. She does have a tight end, man.
Hey.
If you ever look, she does. Shout out to Sierra. How you doing?
Big shout out. Hey, thank you for watching the program.
Yeah. Anyway, since Billy wanted me to go, I am going with the same 2. I'm going with Kelsey Kittle.
Why do y'all keep
my number
putting
3
him first?
Why do we keep putting Travis Kelce first?
Right.
The Super Bowl.
Best tight end in football.
I'm playing with you.
I was about to boot you.
That was good, Christian.
We won't be seeing
everybody like, hold on, what?
Yeah, I'm messing with y'all. Go ahead.
My number 3 is going to be Mark Andrews. I think Billy is really wrong about that. I don't care about Odell being there and the receiving corps being there. I care about Mark Andrews being Lamar's favorite target. Just like you say, Burrow favorite target is Chase. Lamar's is Mark. And Mark has a lot to prove because he was injured a lot. I'm injured most of last season. So now he's like, damn, I let you down, Lamar, even though you were hurt too, piece of shit. So they're gonna I think that link up is gonna be way better than what you're saying. My number 4 is probably gonna shock you.
It can't be no more shocking than Billy's Denver tight end that nobody heard of.
I'm going with Darren Waller.
Yes.
I'm going with Darren Waller as my number 4. I think
I respect that. That's a good
Danny Dimes needs a comfort to throw to.
Danny Wood and
I think,
well, he ain't got no receivers either. That helps.
6'6", 255 pounds, and I think I'm comfortable throwing it there. And my number 5, I've been high up on this team with Chris. It's gonna be Evan Ingram. I think Evan Ingram is just gonna. I just think that, like I said, man, Calvin Ridley.
I think he's prime for a big year.
T. Larry just done figured it out finally, and I think that Evan Ingram came back from the dead, from that dead ass New York Giants offense. His drops went away last year, and he was one of T. Larry's favorite targets as well. So, and he's still one of the more athletic tight ends. Like, hey, I can beat you off the dribble type shit. So, he ain't as big, but he is as fast. So I think that's fun. I do want to throw out an Evan Ingram stat. He had the most catches on the sideline,
2-foot sideline catches of any tight end in the league last year.
And with that stat, Christian, who you got?
Mine is pretty much the same as yours. I'm going with the outrageous, crazy Travis Kelce. We're going to keep Kelce 1. George Kittle, when healthy, definitely 2nd. Then I'm going to the security blanket for Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews. And what I liked was your number 4 pick, Darren Waller. I also had who I believed can be 3rd, but because he's got these injuries and stuff going on, move Andrews up, although he's had injuries as well. But I like Waller when he's healthy, just unguardable, and I'm wrapping it up with TJ Hawkins. at 5.
Iowa, respect.
I like that. Hey,
Does
Chris,
Matt already go?
finish us out. Yeah, Matt
Finish.
went.
I did not go.
Oh, well, Matt, since you didn't go, I'll let the lesser of the guys go, and then I'll let you go, Chris.
All right, Chris.
He meant to say left of the white is what he said.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Wow.
Anyways, my list is pretty much the same as Tonio's with one change. Kelsey, Kittle. Where it changes, I have TJ Hawkinson because fuck Mark Andrews. He almost caught that. Is way faster than everyone thinks he is, but still fuck him. And then Darren Waller, and then Evan Ingram.
I respect that.
Is Mark Jackson Mark Jackson is Mark
He's
Andrews
fired.
number 6?
No.
Oh, you're fine. Okay, I just wanted to see if you were crazy or not, Matt, and you are, and that's okay.
It might
We got
be
Chris.
7.
I got the
Kyle
same
Pitts.
top 3. I got Kelsey, Kittle, Andrews. 4th, I got TJ Hawkinson. And 5th, I got Evan Ingram. He had a career high in receptions and yards last year in his first season for Jacksonville. I think him and the future MVP of the league, they're gonna put together a nice little season. I think he's gonna get over 1,000 yards this year.
I think so. Before we get into it, does everybody got offensive linemen except for Billy, or should we just not?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have
right.
offensive linemen.
All right, so I'm gonna start off because
Also,
this shit is near and dear to me. I love the defensive side of it. Get back in the fucking video, bro.
Why doesn't he follow the rules and get a 5 linemen?
I'm going, and I think we all gonna go with this. Trent Williams will be my number 1. Now this is where it gets tricky for me. Y'all might judge me. I don't give a fuck. This is my list, so I'm going to make Matt happy with my number 2, and I'm going to go with Frank Ragnar.
good pick.
He one of the best centers in the league. Only allowed 1 sack last year. That's hard as fuck to do. All right.
Can I add something? He played
Yeah.
with a broken throat 2 years ago.
And you can
I
break
respect
it, bro.
Yeah.
I respect that. I'm gonna go. My number 3 is gonna be Creed Humphrey from that Kansas City Chiefs offensive line. Center is near dear to me. Sorry, that's why I had to play. I had no choice. So I'm gonna always pick a center. What am I on 3?
Yep.
My number 4 is Lane Johnson, right tackle from the Eagles. Whew. And my number 5 is left guard Joel. I don't know how to say his name. Bitonio?
Joe Bitonio from the Browns.
Yeah, from the Browns. I know the Browns had a terrible season, but this dude.
We've never had an animal on the show. That's what I'm talking about, Chris. See? Yes.
He brings diversity, man.
Bring in the feelings.
That's mine. And since Chris brought the cat, might as well let it out the hat and put it to the list. Huh?
Oh, you want me to go second?
Yeah.
All right. I also got Trent Williams. I think he's the top lineman in the sport, regardless of position.
Real fast,
Next, I got
say because y'all's number 1 was Trent Williams. George Kittle just was on one of the podcasts, and he was saying that Trent Williams is the best player of any position that he's ever seen. And I think that was really crazy to say because it's an offensive lineman, but he might be absolutely correct. Go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
next. I'm gonna show my Cowboy love a lot on this list. I got Zach Martin second.
Damn it.
I think it's a toss-up between him and my 3rd pick, Quentin Nelson, as the best guards in the league.
Yep.
4th, I'm going to go with the Cowboy left tackle, Tyron Smith. I don't think he'll play more than like half the season, but when he's out there, he's one of the best tackles in the league. And then to round it out, I got division rival, Philadelphia Eagles best right tackle, Lane Johnson in the league.
You said
I can't put
Quentin Nelson on your list?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trent Williams, Zach Martin, Quentin Nelson, Tyron Smith, Lane Johnson.
Zach Martin good as fuck.
Zach Martin is real fast because I don't have a list, so I can just ask questions now. Is he going to play this season, Chris? Do you think so?
I don't think football players miss seasons over money unless your name's Le'Veon Bell and then you don't make any more money in the league. So, yeah, I think he'll play. He'll be unhappy, and he's got two things he can do about it. Absolutely nothing like it. Suit the fuck up, get the fuck in there, and block for Pollard.
And I just think offensive linemen, they really are the most. Yeah, I just want to play football players in the league. Ain't too many divas that get fucked up in the trenches like that.
I mean, you gotta have passion to willingly eat like 12,000 calories a day and make yourself fat as fuck just to be able to get on the field.
I will say it's a little easy to eat 12,000 calories. I'll just sign up for that right now.
It's easy to drink 12,000 calories. I don't know about eat.
Maybe you're right. Go ahead, Christian.
I mean, shit, I drank like 2,000 of them on last week's show. What you mean?
You putting them away.
I drink that Diet Mountain Dew, so I got 0. You know what I'm saying?
I got Trent Williams, Quentin Nelson, Lane Johnson, Tristan Wirfs.
Ooh, good pick. And who?
Zach Martin.
Wirfs just missed my cut.
Wirfs is right there. Hey, man. Iowa. That's what I'm talking about. Represent.
Go ahead, all right. I got Trent Williams, the unanimous number 1. I got Quentin Nelson, number 2. This is where mine differs from everyone's list. I've got Chris Lindstrom from the Falcons.
Yeah.
And then I also have Tristan Wirfs 4, Penei Sewell 5.
You know what I was about to say? Like, Dude was the best rated pass or run blocker in NFL, and I just left my list. That's this.
Who is it?
My fault. Chris Lindstrom.
Not many players you can make a highlight reel off of offensive linemen, and Chris Lindstrom led the league in highlight reels last year.
Hey, and I want to just give a little shout out to Ryan Ramczyk. I wanted to put him on my list, but I couldn't fit him. I couldn't take him off those guys.
Ron Armstead was sniffing the list.
Again, Ryan Ramczyk got him on the line.
Hey, Mr. No List. Come on.
No, that's what I'm saying. I feel like somebody should
got him on yours.
No, but he made the Hall of Fame in my my Lions franchise.
Billy, rapid fire, top 3 offensive line units. Go.
Jeez. I don't even think I could do that.
Colts.
No.
Yes.
Number 1?
Or no, not Colts. Excuse me. Cowboys. We were talking about Christian Nelson. Sorry. Cowboys, Lions, Raiders.
No. Eagles, Browns, Chiefs. Easy.
No.
So 2 things. So I have a big problem with that top 3 if that's where you're going. The quarterback play from those offensive lines help tremendously. If we're looking at offensive lines,
Deshaun Watson's quarterback play helped tremendously. What the fuck are we talking about?
The way he plays quarterback, yes.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Hey, let's go to the next subject.
No, fuck you. That's why the Ravens.
That's why Baltimore's got a good offensive line,
because they can't even help Lamar Jackson do what he does best because they're that fucking bad.
Really?
This sounds like this is an argument that's defending that my take on Jalen Hurts. He had a great ass offensive line and wasn't asked to just step back there and toss it all over the field.
No one's ever argued against that argument.
No, but y'all was saying, oh, he's top 5.
Jalen Hurts top 3 quarterback in the league. Christian,
no, not top 3.
Yes, he just got out the. He should have won MVP last year.
Yeah.
But you know what's 2 plays away from winning the Super Bowl. Shut up. Right.
He was. Carson Wentz was also.
Aaron Rodgers MVPs and he don't do shit. Shut up, Christian.
So if you close to winning the Super Bowl makes you a top quarterback in the NFL?
If you get there, you give it to a motherfucker that ain't got there in 12 fucking years.
Joe Flacco got to the Super Bowl.
Joe Flacco had one of the
listen. Was he a top 3 quarterback that season?
He had
not in the 4 weeks. Most recent, Christian, I got a more recent one.
Come on.
And it's going to go against
y'all
all
know
my
y'all
biases.
ain't never saw Joe Flacco was a top 3 quarterback.
Matthew Stafford just won a Super Bowl, and at no point was he ever a top 1 or 2. He had a
No.
terrible playoff, had a terrible Super Bowl. He still won. Does that mean he's a top 2 quarterback? No. Shut up. Case closed. Next subject.
That's not closing the case. That's not
It
closing
is.
the case.
I mean, that's a good point. That's what I'm saying. Just because you got to the Super
At
Bowl.
no point would anyone
Opens
say
the case.
that's a
What are
top
you
2
talking
quarterback.
Opens it all the way up. That's dumb as fuck, Matt.
Chris,
that's
go
dumb
ahead
as
and
fuck.
break us because we have
Tom
this
Brady,
alive.
Patrick Mahomes
you
was still
say?
there. No one would take Matthew Stafford over those two. Wasn't going to
I
happen.
had Jalen Hurts on
You
my
don't got-
top 5 list. I had him
You
fourth.
don't,
So
you don't have to take him over those two for him to be top 3. Stupid. 1, 2, 3.
I
What
do
I'm
think
saying
as
is-
long as Patrick Mahomes is in the league, nobody should be talking about who should or shouldn't win MVP.
Bingo.
So I think
That's
this whole
fact,
discussion
but-
is moot.
No,
But-
no,
but
fuck you, Chris.
Chris-
Because yes,
Chris,
you
fuck
can't
that,
just
'cause
keep
it's-
giving it to Mahomes
You know why?
or
Because
LeBron
his
James.
brother sucks, his
I mean,
mother
if it's
sucks,
really
and his
MVP,
wife
might as well.
sucks, Chris. All right? That's why.
If you're the best player in
All
the league, you're the best player in the league.
I know, and that's what Jalen Hurts was last year.
I'll never
Either
talk about
way.
somebody else's mother on this show, but yeah, his wife sucks. So.
But the way he was playing, though, like
Who? Patrick Mahomes? The way he was
Wait.
playing?
no. I'm talking about Hurts. Like it's a system for him. It's not like he just wide open.
It was a
Just
system for
Patrick
Tom
Mahomes
Brady
is a system
too, and then he
quarterback.
went to Tampa and won another ring.
But that's why I say. I mean, if Hurts goes somewhere else and does what he's doing, okay, I'll shut up.
We haven't even seen
But
him
I believe
be
it's-
bad, Chris.
But we
He
ain't seen him
hasn't been
just
bad.
put up again, like I've argued with Justin Herbert numbers. I don't care about how many playoff wins and all that. Yes, that's
Hey,
important,
fuck,
but
why?
when it
What's
comes
the
down
point?
to it-
What's the point of me? Hey, you just want me to go out there, man. I got 4,000 yards. I ain't never seen the playoffs.
no, but
Shit
look
on
at the
this.
way the Eagles played. You know they didn't. He wasn't asked to do much. Complete 10 passes, throw 2 of them for touchdowns, rush for 70 yards.
So Christian, I'm with
That's
you
a
on
lot.
that argument. Hold on, Tony. I got you. You had my back earlier. I got you right now.
All right. Thank you.
I didn't hear
Hey,
what you said in your
When
breath.
y'all get my back?
I'll get your back eventually, Christian, when you make some sense. But you're not a top MVP candidate just running a system. That's not the way it fucking works. We had a show literally called The System or The Quarterback. We literally had that show where we and you even agreed it's not the system if you
The
don't
quarterback
have a
makes the
to run the
system.
goddamn system.
I don't remember that.
Christian, it's literally an episode of the show that you are on.
I don't remember. But look, I will say this though. Like Chris
Whole
was just
takes
saying,
exposed.
I don't remember that. We all got to put a little.
I don't.
Hey, I will defend Chris real quick. 22 touchdowns passing shouldn't
Thank
be
you.
anywhere clear
Now,
close
But
to MVP.
950-yard
But
rushing
like
puts you in the
Chris was
top 5
saying, though,
running back
No.
discussion.
He didn't have
like
950. He had
Chris-
750.
like Chris was saying, y'all, like Chris was saying though, he wasn't like they don't want to keep giving it to Mahomes. Mahomes deserves it every year.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
what we're
because
saying.
They got
I'm
to find
with you on that.
something to nick somebody to give it to that hasn't really won it.
No,
No, let's
Mahomes
give it to
threw-
this guy because he's
Mahomes threw
rising
for
up.
more yards than Hurts
That's
had rushing
cap.
and passing.
That argument is dumb, Christian. We done seen Aaron
But it's
Rodgers
true.
win it 4 fucking times for no
Was
reason.
Jalen Hurts
Oh, hold on,
better
Antonio,
than Patrick
hold on.
Mahomes this year? Come on,
Bruh,
at any
I don't
point.
care
don't
what you
wanna
about to
see-
say, Billy.
At
I
any
don't
point,
wanna
was
see
Hurts
Aaron-
better than
Aaron
Mahomes?
Rodgers ain't been past second round in 16 years.
That's why, but
Aaron
that's what I'm
Rodgers,
saying.
Aaron
That's
Rodgers
why
was
he
23
MVP.
years old when
They
he
know
went
he's
to the
not gonna
Super Bowl.
win it. So they know he's not winning it all. So Mahomes, someone who we think is going to win it all, is not going to get the MVP vote. It's the same thing with LeBron James. We're not giving him the MVP vote
Hey,
anymore.
man,
He would
don't
have
That's
bring
crazy.
LeBron.
Again,
Don't
he
bring
should have won
LeBron
it
and
2
Aaron
years in a
Rodgers
row.
in the same sentence. One of them is the greatest of all time at their position, and one of them,
Antonio, I'm arguing the reason.
one of them fakes vaccine cards. I don't want to talk about it.
Hey, some of us do that. Okay, just don't hate on
You've
that.
never done it. Either way, bro, it's a team sport, and we're gonna shift to team sport. The Diesel had his top 11 list because he put himself on there. I don't know if the people know it, but I do it just like we did Dr. I'm drunk now because I'm old Jay's list. So this list is kind of made sense, way better. Had some people that deserve to be up there, and we'll get into it. So if you haven't seen the list, get off your phone, Matt. The list was.
I haven't seen the list. I'm looking at the list.
I'm finna say the list. Magic
Get off your
Johnson.
phone.
Magic. It's in the notes because Chris is your replacement is better than you. Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Michael. I started playing in the 1990s. Jordan, LeBron James, Shaq himself, Steph, AI, Tim Duncan, Carmel. I'm the weirdest motherfucker ever. Malone, Isaiah Thomas, and an asterisk beside Kareem because I think Kareem was the one that if he took himself out, he would put in. How we feel about this list? I feel way better about it starting off than I did Dr. J's.
It's still missing Larry Bird, but overall, I like the list. He also prefaced it as the first 5 was like a starting lineup.
Yes.
So you know what's crazy? A lot of people leave Larry Legend off their list. I don't know why.
It's that white people bias in the NBA. Come on now.
I don't think so. Magic Johnson definitely put Larry Bird in his top 5. So I don't think it's white people, but they also were fierce competitors. Probably one of the craziest rivalries we've ever seen. By the way, Winning Time season 2 is out now. If y'all haven't watched season 1,
don't spoil anything.
Okay.
But
I didn't know that was out. I need to watch that.
Season 2
does the opening scene got hookers in it again?
I have not watched it. I just seen it today.
Oh, okay.
But Billy, what was you about to say about the list?
No, I was gonna say, so Tony, you always think Karl Malone's like weird as fuck. Does that bleed Karl Malone? Like, I know you don't like him, but is that why like you just leave him out the top anything, even though he's one of the best players we've ever seen?
It's just so Billy, it's the problem when you go to Utah and you get booed. Like, it's a problem. That's something went wrong, bro. And I get it. Number 3 on all-time scoring list, probably never get that touch ever. I don't. Let's see. There's nobody that's active that's close.
No.
So are these allegations, or this actually he was charged with?
I mean, it's all allegations with proof, though. I don't know.
You can't say allegations with proof.
You're right.
So
unless the family or her presses charges.
Because I never heard this either about these quote unquote alleged actions from Karl Malone. Because that will make me look at the list a little differently.
So he had like a statute.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
So he had like a statutory rape of his girlfriend. He was 20 years old and the girl was 13. But the family declined to charge it because he's going to be rich.
Yeah, that's kind of bad. I did not know that was a charge. That's kind of yeesh. Did not know that.
That's how the whole Demetrius Bell thing, his son, Demetrius Bell, like the one that went to the NFL. He met him at 17. He was like, yeah.
So you're not one of those that can separate the art from the artist kind of people?
I can, bro, because I can, but that shit's weird. I can. I guess all the art from the art, I guess I'm being biased. No, I just don't like Karl Malone. That's the personal thing.
I don't have him on my top 11 list either, just to be fair, but I do think he's probably top 15.
No, he definitely top. I mean, like I was telling Billy, nobody, I don't know who's the next active. Hey, Matt, you be good. You good on your phone. And you don't talk about basketball a lot.
No, I got a whole PC over here.
Can you go or Chris? I need to know who's actively playing that is close to cracking the top 10 scoring list. I don't think it's nobody that close for real that's active.
KD's ninth.
Kevin Durant's got 26,892 points. He's not going to score another 10,000 though.
KD is not ninth, Billy.
No, KD's
16th, ain't he?
James Harden is 30th. Russell Westbrook is 32nd. Neither one of them are getting it. CP3 is 42. Steph Curry's 43. DeMar DeRozan's 44. Steph's damn near got to double his points to get there, and he's already 35. Even if he does like the Ray Allen role where he just come off the bench and be a sniper, I don't think he's going to get close.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So KD would have to do it, but KD is what, 34, I
think.
Just from the top list, it looks like Giannis is probably the youngest on the list, who's closest, but he's only at 16,000 points right now.
Giannis is 28. Damn. He'll be 29 shortly after the season starts.
So I don't think. I mean, like I said, man, you can't discredit it, but I don't fuck with Karl Malone. But aside from that, other than that, how do y'all feel about the list? And how do y'all respect him putting himself there? Because I do.
Absolutely. I don't think he's the best center ever, but yeah, he's up there close enough where it makes sense for him to say, "I am that guy."
Who's better?
Kareem.
I'd take Kareem. Yeah.
Fuck that.
Kareem. So hold on, Antonio. Hold on. Kareem is a better center, but if you're looking at dominance and peak at the same time, it's definitely.
Yeah,
when I think about.
Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, when I just think about stuff like this, is like, what if the two top? So your top 10, you have top 5, 1 through 5, whatever, on one team, 1 through 5 on the other team. So you have Kareem as a center on one team, Shaq on the other team. Peak, like, I don't imagine Kareem ever even keeping Shaq away from the rim at all. Peak Shaq at 330 pounds, get theirs, moving like a gazelle, and Kareem was 250 maybe.
I think peak Shaq. I think peak Shaq tipping that hook shot, bro.
No, that's
athletic Shaq, in shape Shaq,
peak young Shaq's palming that, and it's not going anywhere. It's coming back down.
No, I don't think he's palming it because that hook shot probably is the most.
Think about it in that aspect, right? So hook shot, right?
I think Kareem would just be wore down. That hook shot is going to be gone by the second half.
Kareem can keep going.
That's what I'm saying. And
you see that Shaq sees that arm start to move, and Shaq just checks his ass. That ball's going 30
I got Shaq. Shaq, I don't know. Shaq's my favorite center, and that's in my top 5. Chris, I don't know if you, but Shaq's in my top 5, and I got him as the best center. But I respect Kareem. That starting 5 though is him, Kobe, Bron, Mike, and Timmy? Timmy?
I think I got Shaq 8 on my top 10.
8 in top 10? I ain't mad at that. But how y'all feel about his list overall? We ain't gonna stick on it too long. If y'all had to change anybody I know me and Chris changing Kareem.
I would take Malone for Bird.
I mean, not Kareem, but we changing out Malone. Yeah. I'm doing the same thing. I'm putting Larry Bird in there. Let's see if I'm missing anybody that I would put in mind. Nah, because I ain't gonna lie. With all the battles and people like, you just hate Steph. I don't hate Steph. He's the greatest shooter we ever seen. So I respect.
I would replace AI with Steph too. I think
he's in my top. He's in my top 10. Steph is in there, but AI is also in my top 10. Just made that AI like the Lil Wayne of basketball. Just birthed so many fucking dribblers, bro. Like so many. I'm gonna cross you over and then get to the rim. That's like Lil Wayne with rapping. Like, oh, I'm gonna give you Young Thug and Future and all these dudes to get the tattoos and shit.
I think his impact on the game was better than how he actually played the game.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it was. Yeah. I actually think it was the same. I don't care that he lost to the Lakers. For him to get one win out of there and that fucking to take that fucking, he did the same thing Bron did.
That's just what I was thinking.
But he
did the same thing. Yeah, he won a game. Arguably had better players, the Dikembe Mutombo and shit like that, but Dikembe wasn't doing shit with Shaq. Like that one finger got broke game.
And nobody was doing shit against Prime.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I am salty towards AI though.
Why?
Because Pistons traded for him in 2008 to keep fucking LeBron at bay, and that didn't fucking work at all. And then we just see ya.
Yeah, I mean that wasn't his fault. But anybody like y'all got any other things before we move on to this list?
I was gonna say I'll shake up the list just a little bit, and it's probably gonna upset. I didn't realize that everybody was as high as AI. I'm really high on AI, but if I take off Iverson to put a John Stockton, if we're doing Magic is my top point guard, I do think you have to throw Stockton in there. Just the basketball IQ and the way he saw the floor, all those assists. I think that's kind of crazy, but ability I could see. And again, maybe this is a hater. I'm taking off Karl Malone, and I'm not putting Larry Bird. I'm going to put Dirk there. I've been on this show riding Dirk's dick the whole time. I think Dirk is way better than we give him credit for on any of these.
Who is he replace on here? Malone?
What's that, Christian?
Who would he replace? Malone?
Yeah, I'm taking off Malone, and I'm gonna put I'm gonna put Dirk. But if I have to pick between AI and Isaiah Thomas, if we're actually doing it,
you got to go Zeke on that one.
I go who?
Zeke.
They call Isaiah Thomas Zeke, Billy.
Oh, excuse me.
That's a short name for Isaiah.
But no, I'll take off him or AI to put John Stockton, just because we act like John Stockton's a nobody, and
nobody acts like that. He just played with Karl Malone's weird ass and got most of the assists from giving it to him. He might have been the one that sent him what's name. We don't know.
No, okay.
He was
stop.
Pimp. He was a pimp for.
Stop, Matt. Nope. I don't want to edit another part. No.
Well, now they know.
Oh man, but since we surprising people with these takes tonight, Christian's been trying to get this off for 3 weeks. Everybody give me one team that we didn't name in our top 10 that is a surprise college team for this year. Chris, I know you don't watch college ball, so if you got questions, we here to answer.
I'm gonna just put the horns up. Just to buy into Billy's shit. We back. It's our year. Blah blah blah.
Is it? So you're asking for a sleeper team?
Yes,
just one.
Easy.
Who then, Matt?
Wisconsin.
Ugh.
Now, are they a sleeper because you think they're gonna do something, or because they're never gonna wake up?
They're smiling with them.
Matt, who you got? That's really who you going with?
Well, yeah, I also have two other teams because I didn't know if we're going to go with a list or not.
So, Matt, you're confusing me because you didn't pick your team that you've been so high on, Tennessee. I don't know
that they were in my last list.
Yeah, but they still a sleeper.
Why would I put them if they're in my top 10? Why would I put them in my sleeper list?
You're right. All right, so you got Wisconsin. Chris, who you got?
I'm gonna go stay within the Big Ten. I'm going Nebraska.
Ooh, Matt Rule taking over. Yeah. Matt Rule's only done literally turnaround jobs his whole college career. I can see it. Yeah, I can see that.
He's a good college coach. He's out of the NFL now, thank God.
He was all right in the NFL. Stop with the Matt Rule hate.
He was running shit show.
Who you got, Billy?
I'm gonna go biased as fuck. The Texas Tech Red Raiders, guns up.
Oh my God, no, Billy. Who you got, Billy?
Hey, let him go with it.
But I shit you not, that is my sleeper pick. If Texas Tech wins the Big 12, that's a fucking big thing. Texas isn't any good. They beat them last year. They play them in Austin this year, so I'm with you. That's going to be kind of hard. Oklahoma sucks with Brett Venables. I think TCU is going to have a down year because they don't know what they're doing with quarterbacks. Sonny Dykes is a great coach, but I think Joe McGuire is a better coach, and Texas Tech is going to win the Big 12. That's
real quick.
What you shout out. Oh,
go ahead, Christian. What?
Well, I was just going to say real quick, what you saying, TCU not knowing what they're going to do at quarterback. You know, their starting quarterback was the starter last year until he got hurt.
I think that was a blessing injury. If I can, I'm never going to wish an injury on anybody, but I think that's that situation they were kind of in.
Okay.
Yeah. Where it's kind of like the Drew Bledsoe injury for Tom Brady. Obviously on a smaller scale, but kind of the same situation.
Real quick, shout out. First of all, I forgot to do this, and I'm gonna do it again at the end of the show. Shout out to Dre and Darian for this Stay Free merch. If you can read it in the corner, Stay Free. Dre and Darian, big fans of the show. Houston, Texas, represent. And shout out to Coach McGuire, Billy's head coach in high school. Still waiting on you to come in. We can do a little 5-minute interview, Coach. I just want to get inside the mind of a polished coach as such as yourself. My sleeper team is going to be a team that Matt hates, loves to hate, loves to hear the name of, loves to hear this. I'm going with Colorado. Every coach that said something about Deion, damn, I didn't do that, man.
Yeah, you did.
I swear to God, my hand right here, my mouse is up here. I did not do that. Every coach hating on them. I even got people inside my own house, my roommate. Shador sucks. That's what. Shout out to Butler. Butler says Shador's ass. So I don't. Shador. I got you in the Heisman hopeful, man. Don't let me down. And I got the team. Everybody got them winning 3 games. I think they're gonna win way more than that.
Didn't Deion overhaul that entire roster damn near?
Yes, he
and
did.
Put a bunch of fucking 4 and 5 stars on it.
I will just say that I don't hate talking about Colorado. I hated talking about Deion for 18 episodes in a row. That's what I hated. Every episode, we're at 20 minutes talk about Deion, and then we'll go to the rest of the show.
Hey, Billy. I mean, Matt, let's get it out on the table, man. Montgomery, Alabama, just happened. Let's get it out. Let's get the chair out and see if it's because we was talking about HBCUs. Is that what got you mad?
That's crazy.
Hey, see, Matt.
You like Willie's son.
Hey, Matt, you ain't got that swing like we got it. I seen it. Hey, funniest thing about that video. Funniest thing about that video is the ad-libs from the people that wasn't even active.
The dude swimming up to the fight.
Hey,
dude,
that was funny.
It's
a dude that gave out medal awards, and that dude that swam was his silver medalist, but the chair dude was the gold medalist. That dude,
that chair shot on that shit that was sitting down.
The white lady, she ate the first 2 chair shots. I just want to throw that out there. She ate those first 2 chair shots.
Bro, that third one though.
Yeah, well,
KO.
What do you want to do with that? You're getting hit with the chair.
That was like a JBL chair shot on Steven Richards if I ever seen one.
Hey,
Blue Meanie, I mean.
I know this dude
took her fucking head off.
Dude was definitely back there wrestling with Hulk Hogan them back in the WCW days, bro. That was one of those.
Nah, Hulk Hogan wasn't hitting people with chairs like that. He was barely tapping you. You want to see some chair shots? Go look at JBL.
Hey man, I'm gonna look that up because
the funniest thing I saw was when the guy threw his hat in the air and then someone put over it as like the third baseman's call to the brawl. He just fucking.
Hey. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'll never, Christian. Now that we know that's what old heads do, I'm gonna be looking every barbecue I go to now for the rest of my life. If I see a hat thrown to, I know I need to go to that area immediately, ready to fight.
That was the second best fight I seen all weekend. Shout out Jose Ramirez.
Shout out. Knocked him there.
Yeah,
straight.
Damn. Woo.
On a big hit too. Like he just kind of barely fought. He's still.
Bro caught his chin though. He caught him. Bro missed 4 times. Swung first, taking the L. That's why Montgomery had to happen. We had to get our lick back. We out here looking bad because of Buddy.
Tim Anderson's from Alabama.
Tim Anderson. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They saw what happened to him and was like, fuck, we not like that. We not like that.
If Dave Chappelle ever do another race draft, you think Tim Anderson getting drafted?
By the black people? No.
Nah, he's going to the Asians. He's out of here.
I was gonna say the Whites might take him. Good shortstop, yeah, we'll take him. We don't get as the Whites, we don't get a lot of good shortstops. So
but speaking of taking them, man, the Big Ten is adding Oregon and Washington. How we feel about the restructuring of college football? The Billy's coach to hate said that he thinks it's going to ruin college football. You know who your coach to hate is, don't you, Billy?
Absolutely.
Who is it?
It's Nick Saban.
Nick Saban said it. I just wanted to make sure I let the people know you hate. But me
and Nick agree on this.
Yeah.
So I actually got opinions on this one.
All right. Well, let's start with it.
I had mentioned it in our group chat. I think college football is slowly getting to the point where it's going to be resembling more and more professional sport. I think the TV networks are paying out so much money for these television contracts that these conferences are going to keep on expanding with bigger and better teams, better brands, to the point where these other conferences ain't going to have shit left. Like once some 4 teams lead the Pac-12, what's left there? Ain't nobody paying a TV contract to put them on TV. So they're going to either dissolve or they're going to be like, what, a Mountain West conference, a Conference USA, like a conference that nobody give a fuck about. I think that's slowly where we headed.
The Mountain West offered the rest of the teams to merge with them already.
Oh, really?
Shocker.
Yeah.
I figured.
But nobody watching Mountain West. You bring them 4 remaining teams there. Somebody watches it. I think, but I'm agreeing with Chris, but I think I'm going to be real with you. It's one more team that the SEC has to lock down, and then that shit is game over for everyone. No, just as far as money, and it ain't Clemson. It's Notre Dame because it's Notre Dame because
I think they stay independent.
I mean, I think Notre Dame has already agreed to play starting in 2028 or 2030. They're gonna play.
Bro, if Notre Dame go to the
year.
SEC, I'm gonna give you half a game won. You taking the over or under?
I mean, I'm taking the under, but I'm taking the under. But it ain't like I said. It's not about them being good in the conference. It's just about that fucking NBC contract. Like, but I think that Texas and Oklahoma not gonna be good in the SEC. But them contracts and all that money that they fucking bringing in, dog. You get Notre Dame, and it's Christmas for every other conference.
So real fast, we're talking about contracts. The Big Ten has the NBC contract. That was a big thing with the Big Ten. They were going to get that contract to add Notre Dame because they already have because Notre Dame has an NBC contract, not a NBC and affiliates contract like the rest of the Big Ten. Notre Dame has to be on NBC. It's Channel 5 in Dallas. I don't know what channel it is and everywhere else, but
Channel 9 from Mississippi.
Yeah, so Channel 5 and Channel 9, they have to show an NBC game, whereas like Ohio State, Michigan can still be put on Peacock and still count as the fucking distribution label. And whereas Notre Dame needs to be on NBC in prime time for cable networks.
And that's why I think the SEC will, because they already, like I said, I think Alabama playing them for 10 years straight, starting 2030 or 5 years straight. So
Notre Dame?
Yeah, that's a guaranteed NBC game for the SEC, and I think the SEC is gonna try to swoop in and just get them to be like, "Hey man, fuck being independent. Y'all can get more recruits with being in this joint. Y'all can do all this and all of that."
But Notre Dame, I think Notre Dame understands they're not going to get the recruits the SEC gets. They're not. They're just not.
I mean, if you join it though. If you join the SEC, you'll get those recruits.
They wouldn't because of the way you get into school. Like it's too prestigious. A lot of those Southern guys just ain't got the grades to get there.
I don't think it's gonna change anything. It's not gonna USC's not gonna get guys from fucking Ohio more than they already were. Like it's not gonna change anything once USC joins the Big Ten. So it's not gonna change Notre Dame joining the SEC. Like, yeah, now you play a higher competition, but then now it's a chance your team's going to lose more. Like, at least you'll be at the end. You'll be at the finish line faster.
I really just don't think they can stay independent forever.
But if they do, I think they're so big on like tradition. They want money. A lot of their rivalries are Big Ten, Pac-12, so they just go with them.
Ain't no more Pac-12.
No, I'm saying because they went to the Big Ten, they'll merge with the Big Ten because a lot of their rivalries are Big Ten and Pac-12 and ACC.
I mean,
you only need to stay a conference. Also, I think we're missing that. If the Pac-12 can just get 4 more teams from the Mountain West, Boise State cannot become part of the Pac-12 because of the academic standards. So Boise State's already out of the question. So is Utah State. Now, with the rest of the Mountain West, you have excuse me, fuck, who am I missing? Oh my god.
Colorado State.
You have Colorado State who can barely make the Pac-12 academic standards, but you're gonna have to either pull someone from the Big 12 with these New Mexico is the other one. That's who the Pac-12 is really trying to get because it's easier. Sorry, John. So it's easier to get those schools because the academic standard is not going to be so high for the Pac-12, and that's why it's easy for USC and UCLA to go to the Big Ten because the academic standards are still there at those universities. Because it's like if you look at Alabama, where you don't need a medical facility, you don't need a business administration facility, and you don't need a oh my God, what is Alabama? A law firm for the university at Tuscaloosa. You don't need that stuff. But for the Big Ten, you need all 3 of those things to become part of that conference, and that's why it's going to be so hard for all these other schools except for Stanford to get into that conference.
I just say long term, I think college football is going to be like the SEC conference versus the Big Ten with like ACC as wild cards.
So the ACC in 2030 is when they either disband or they renew that contract. And I think they're going to decide to disband and join the Big 12 or the SEC.
So if they disband, then I see it makes sense for Clemson to come over. Like that's automatic. That automatically makes sense. It's right there in South Carolina.
Don't the Florida teams got big brands too, though? The Gators, the Seminoles.
But with UCF going to the Big 12, I think Florida State can see this opportunity. Instead of going to the SEC with Florida, they go to the Big 12 instead, to where they still get that rivalry week at the end of the year, but they don't have to play in as tough of a conference.
I mean, and for I don't know, man, that Florida State legacy, I don't know if they like, hey, man, we soft now. Let's go here. I don't know if Pride is one of them. Hey, we're not a soft school. We can go to the SEC. So I don't know. So my question is, so we can move on. Does this ruin college football permanently, or does it make it better? Yes or no, Chris?
Yeah, I think long term it makes it better because it's the reason I mostly don't like college football is because you got too many bullshit games that I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch a semi-pro team face a college juggernaut. Like, I want to see 2 competitive teams go at it. That's why I love the NFL. Majority of games are competitive. I don't want to watch Alabama face some other school that's making their budget off of that game.
Yep.
So I think the TV product, will be a lot better because the conferences will be a lot stronger, and they'll be playing more better teams on a week-to-week basis.
Chris, you just got to stop watching on week 2. Wait till like week 3, and then the SEC start playing each other. That's just
Vanderbilt and Kentucky are really just juggernauts. Fucking
Vanderbilt's rolling into fucking. Ugh.
Or you can watch Michigan play fucking the Hoosiers, and we got a game there.
Team. Hey, they play us tough now.
Got a great game there.
That's the wrong answer.
Let's not get to the dogfight bowl game that y'all in. Let's keep
got
it
a good
easy.
offense. They're on that no huddle.
Yeah, let's talk about Michigan again.
And then lose to Texas Tech in the bowl game. I got you.
You mean TCU?
We never played Texas Tech.
No, I was talking to Antonio's old Miss fucking Rebels losing to.
Thanks for having our
Appreciate it, Billy.
Yeah, well, that's what.
Go Red Raiders.
Hey, guns up. You know what I'm saying, dude?
We did lose. And we lost to a bowl game. It doesn't matter.
That's true.
I did.
Right.
We didn't make it to the playoffs as being the top team and lose to a team that got.
No, we weren't the top team. We wouldn't have
played. You said playoffs.
At least we made it to the playoffs.
You ever been there?
Got to the playoffs and
we've
got
been there
played
twice
on.
and got our dick kicked in, but we've been there.
It's funny because they just hear you, Tonio. They say when you say got to the playoffs, and they don't hear whatever and you say. They just hear you got to the playoffs, and then.
Hey, Billy, what's that Chris Brown song? What does he say?
Let me see if you can run it.
Okay, I think Christian got it.
I didn't get it. Chris Brown, what did he say?
Oh, it doesn't matter because Matt's muted now.
Either way, like I said, got to the playoffs and got beat by a team with a quarterback named Max Dugan. That is ice cream brand. Nobody give a fuck about that. Got beat by a team that got beat by 63 fucking points on the national stage. You guys fucking suck. Get there all you want to, but you're the new Notre Dame.
Moving on.
Moving on from the new Notre Dame. I don't know which one of your teammates came out having a fake girlfriend, but it happened. We just didn't hear about it. Let's start a franchise, people.
Yes.
Let's start a fucking franchise, man. Matt.
I'll mute my buddy.
I did, and Billy muted him back. My bad. Matt, you got the fucking hat on, but I guess Chris got his Texas,
That's because we're in the club. You can't even get in.
Oh, it ain't gonna be no Rangers on this list. Trust that.
Matt, I knew what you was gonna say. It's too late now.
It is too late, but that's good still, man. I got
it's too late. It's not, Billy. Stop it. Yeah. Anyway,
just
the club.
What?
I don't know who sings that one. What's that one?
All right, now you ruined it, Billy. You done ruined it.
You already ruined it. You were late as fuck. I was trying to help
then
you.
You got a completely different song. Come on.
No
man.
shit, it's a different song, man.
All right, you were saying, Antonio, about
I'm trying to. God damn. We started a franchise and Billy's fucking you up, Matt. Kind of pissed me off. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
damn.
I'm a little pissed.
Billy.
I'm a little heated. I'm sweating.
Yeah, like shut up, Billy. God damn. Hey, Billy, one of our fans told me to tell you to stop smoking so much during the show. They're concerned about your health. I swear to God. They said you smoked.
That was me.
They said you smoked 7 of them bitches one show.
And they didn't say nothing about all the beer I drank last episode.
No, they did. They did. They said, "Hey, if your liver ain't went out so far, keep drinking." That's what they said.
What?
They said, if your liver ain't went out so far, keep drinking. But they said Billy has yet to run that 5-second 40 that he's been promising, and they know it's because of the cigarette intake. Anyway, Matt.
It's not because of the cigarettes, it's because I'm fat.
Anyway, Matt, you got a Detroit Tigers hat on. Who are you starting your MLB franchise with? 3 players all time.
So the 3 players all time that I'm starting an MLB franchise with, and if you guys pick anyone else, I'm leaving the group chat. I'm leaving this. You guys suck. All right. So first on the list, we got Willie Mays. 3,200 hits, 660 home runs, and a 301 lifetime batting average. He's only one of 3 guys that have over 3,000 hits, 500 home runs, and a 300 batting average. So he's on the list. Second one is he'd be a part of that list if he didn't spend 4 years fighting for his country in World War II. Ted Williams, 2,600 hits.
Hold on, Matt. Chris has he's put his hand up. I'm guessing it's
5 years.
5 years. Sorry, 4 or 5. I don't count well. Ted Williams, 2,600 hits, 521 home runs, and a 344 batting average lifetime. Those numbers are fucking wild. And then the third one, so I got a Detroit Tigers hat on. The other member of the Willie Mays Club is Miguel Cabrera. Right now he's sitting at 3,100 hits, 508 home runs, and a lifetime 307 batting average. The only other member of that list is Hank Aaron.
Respect.
Did Christian leave the show? He's back. Hey, Christian, real quick, are we doing a segment or should I fade away too?
No, I got 3 ready.
You want to recap, Christian?
Go ahead with my 3.
Yes.
I'm gonna go Shohei Ohtani, Barry Bonds, and King Griffey Jr.
Okay.
Respected, but yes, absolutely.
I mean, that's a respectful list from somebody that don't follow the sport.
Oh, never mind. Fuck you, Christian.
Chris, I do follow it.
Chris, what problem do you have with it? Is it Shohei?
I mean, Shohei's a unicorn in that he can do two things exceptionally well, but he's not an all-time at either one.
But when it's all said and done, he won't be?
Now that 270 batting average.
What Matt, give me your three. I heard you were saying it, but I didn't.
It was Willie Mays, Ted Williams, Miguel Cabrera.
Well, I'm going to follow up Christian and get out of here really quick. Talked about him earlier today to start the show off after Billy cut me off. I'm going to talk about him again. My number one, Satchel Paige. 5-time Negro League All-Star, and that's all I have to say because I can say the word Negro, and the only other person that can is Christian. Yeah, we're gonna go there. My number one. No, the Spanish word is negro. My number one that on this list for me is a person that Matt just mentioned, Hank Aaron. 2,297 RBIs. 6,856 total bases.
Can I pause you?
14.
Can I pause you before you get ripped?
Yeah.
You can't pluralize something that's already pluralized. So it's not RBIs, it's RBI. Runs batted in.
Thank you.
I just don't want you to get ripped.
Batted in.
Not in.
Hey, Matt.
You don't go in things.
Matt.
I'm trying to help you out.
Read my lips.
Let me
Chris,
get
look away from the camera.
What do you got for me?
What?
Did you read my lips?
There, that is ready.
Did you read it?
No, I didn't see it.
Chris, you didn't see that, did you?
No.
I'm pretty sure if you said olive juice or I love you.
Yeah, that Billy got it. And my number three, I'm gonna go with Christian. Ken Griffey Jr. It's just easy. That dude was
sweetest
swing.
Goodness.
But not even that. For little black kids that thought about baseball when they was younger, it was this name. Ken Griffey Jr. Sammy Sosa didn't want to be black, so I can't put him on my list. He did everything not to be black.
He had a disease. Yeah. Jesus.
And white-itis. That's what he had.
So is Michael Jackson not black enough either, Tony?
Whoa! Don't you ever fucking disrespect Mike.
They had the same disease.
Hey, you talking about Karl Malone?
Don't ever.
Hey, I guess that was perfect for him to stop.
Hey, cut the show. I'm done. This Billy's fucking out. Hey, Chris, who you got, man? Give me a sensible list.
I'm gonna give you the most sensible list. First guy I'm taking is the best hitter in the history of the sport, Barry Bonds, 7-time MVP, 14-time All-Star, 8 Gold Gloves, 12-time Silver Slugger, 2-time batting title, single-season home run record, all-time leader in home runs, walks, and intentional walks. He's one of 4 players with the 40-40 season. Acuna should be number 5 this year, so after this year, he'll be one of 5 players with the 40-40 season. That's 40 home runs and 40 steals in one season. He had 4 consecutive years of an on-base percentage of over 500, 515, 582, 529, and 609. That means every time he came up to the plate, he got on base over 50% of the time. It's fucking unheard of. The top 3 highest OPS seasons are Barry Bonds, 1,422, 1,381, and 1,379, which is tied for Babe Ruth, who has 4 through 6. For comparison, Frank Thomas and Jeff Bagwell in the strike-shortened 94 season, which ended about a month and a half early, are the only players past 1990 in the top 20, not named Barry Bonds. Now, if you want to say a steroid argument, before his head looked like a bobblehead, he led the league in OPS the 3 years before he went to San Fran, which is when everybody widely considers him to have started taking steroids, while stealing 30-plus bases every year but one. He also averaged 25 home runs for his 7 years in Pittsburgh. That's including him in 16 in his rookie year. You take that out, it's more like 27, 28. So all that to say, he was on a Hall of Fame trajectory well before he grew like 4 times the size of what he was in Pittsburgh. I mean, he's the best hitter in the history of the sport, steroids or not. Second, I'm also going Ted Williams.
Quick,
he
Chris.
missed. What's
Real
up?
Quick. I'm gonna employ a famous statement by every coach I've ever played for. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Fuck it. And you keep going.
Said Williams, he missed his age 24, 25, 26 seasons completely. Those are prime years of your athletic career due to military service, as well as all but 43 games combined between his ages 33 and 34 season. Using the averages that he had before and after those years, it's reasonable to add about 150 home runs, 850 hits, 500 RBI, and 500 runs to his career numbers.
Shit.
If you take, crazy years. If you take out, if you don't want to talk about those numbers, his lifetime averages second all time in ops plus. That's on base percentage plus slugging adjusted for era and park influence. He's 14th in WAR, missing his 5 prime years, tied for 20th in home runs and runs, 16th in RBI, 77th in hits, and tied for 10th in batting average. And he's the highest of any player who predominantly played in the live ball era. With 5 seasons in the prime of his career miss, he was still a 2-time MVP, a 2-time Triple Crown leader, a 19-time All-Star, and he only played 19 years in the league, and he was a 6-time batting champ. He's also the last ever player to hit over 400 in a single season, doing so in 1941. Just an elite player that put up all-time numbers and missed 5 incredible years. Otherwise, he'd probably be first in RBI runs and second or third in home runs and up there second or third in hits as well. And then last on my list, I also have Hank Aaron. Shockingly, he was only a 1-time MVP. The craziest stat that I saw about him, he played 23 years in Major League Baseball. He was a 25-time All-Star. 25-time All-Star in 23 years. The reason is the MLB had 2 All-Star games from 59 to 62 because players wanted more money for the pension fund, but that's still an incredible stat. 3-time Gold Glover, 2-time batting title. He was great from ages 21 to 39. The peak of his career was incredible. He had 26-plus home runs every year of his career, aside from his rookie season and his last 3 seasons when he was on the decline. He's one of only 2 players to hit 30-plus home runs at least 15 times in a season, with A-Rod being the only other one. And his all-time numbers, second all-time in home runs, first in RBI, fourth in runs, third in hits, career batting average of 305, and first in total bases. Just an all-time elite player. I got 2 left fielders on this list, but Bonds did play a little bit of center field in Pittsburgh. So those are my 3 outfielders that I'm starting my club with.
I think that's a respectable list, other than Ted Williams again, because he didn't play with black people.
Yes, he did.
He did.
He played until 1960.
Again, so how many years is that?
12.
15?
Not enough. Anyway.
That's so dumb.
Billy definitely would have been on Mississippi Burning. Like, he would have been the lawyer for the black
Even one of the cops.
Yeah.
Even one of the cops.
So, and now I'm glad we saved the best for last. Respectable list, Chris.
Jeff Bagwell.
No. But respectable list, Chris. Christian came out of left field. I love it. Tonio, that was the exact list I thought you were going to go with.
Now, Christians came from the stands. That ain't come out of left field.
So,
Y'all don't like my list?
Also respectable list. But the way it shakes out.
Wait, Chris, hey, hold on. So my list was too dark for you? What the fuck?
Bro, that's what they're saying about us.
No, he had Shohei on the list. Shohei, white as sperm, man. What you talking about?
Yeah, but he talking about, goddamn, that's the list he expected from me. What that mean?
I expect you
That's
to.
what Billy said.
Yeah, I expected you to literally pick a lot of
N-I-G-G. Let me stop. That's what he expects you to pick.
Hey, what is wrong with Christian tonight with this croppable shit?
Hey, that's what the viewers want to see. Let's give it to them.
So we're gonna do number 1 pick again. This is a starting franchise list. So number 1, I'm picking Willie Mays, center field. That's where I'm going with the one of the best positions to play. If you take his career in 1948, where he was with the Black Barons, he didn't play for another 3 years until he got to the major leagues, quote unquote. In those years from 1951 to 1973, he was a 2-time MVP, 12-time Gold Glove, 4-time home run champion, and 4-time stolen base leader. The best player in all of baseball ever. I understand the Barry Bonds argument. Even before the steroids, Chris was absolutely on point. Barry Bonds probably the best hitter we've ever seen, but Willie Mays did it in the field and in the batter's box. I'm not going to list his actual stats because I figured the 12-time gold.
I already did.
But those aren't his stats, Matt. He was just a 4-time winner.
His batting stats.
How did I say any of his batting stats? A 4-time home run champion and a 4-time stolen base champion. That's not stats.
Don't worry, I already did it.
Anyway, I know you did. Thank you. Number 2, I'm going Pedro Martinez. With his career ERA is 2.93. Yeah, fucking boo me all you want. Doesn't matter. He was one of the only active pitchers, and my third player is also going to be a pitcher in the same era. In the steroid era, no. In the steroid era, he still averaged an under 3 ERA, which is just seriously bonkers if you look at the rest of the ERAs comparatively. And then my number 3 player to start my franchise with is going to be Greg Maddux. Just literally, it is the painter of the strike zone, just unhittable. It's honestly, it's unfathomable how great Greg Maddux was at throwing the ball, especially in that steroid era. The Braves had probably the best pitching rotation we've ever seen after the Detroit Tigers, and they also didn't do shit, but at least the Braves won a chip with it, and the Detroit Tigers did nothing. And they had Miggy and Chipper Jones, so however you want to do those, but the Tigers didn't win shit. Greg Maddux is 355 wins, 227 losses with a 3.16 ERA. With over 5,000 strikeouts. That's who I'm starting my franchise with. You're not going to score on me.
Greg Maddux didn't have 5,000 strikeouts.
He had 5,008 strikeouts.
Hey, what year did
Nolan Ryan's the only one to throw over 5,000 strikeouts. He's got about 5,700. Randy Johnson is second with about 4,800.
Chris, give me oh fuck! Did I write innings pitched? God damn it! I want to say.
I believe he had over 3,000 strikeouts. I can look up his exact numbers.
Yeah, because Pedro had 3,154 strikeouts. I thought, I could have misread that stat.
3,371, Billy. Yeah, the innings are 5,008.
5,008. So I'm taking Greg Maddux anyway. 316 ERA. That's the best starting your franchise with.
Honorable mention for me.
And you're
Chris
scoring 2 runs a game.
Honorable mention for me is Randy Johnson. I don't know why I just like that dude a lot.
The big unit because he killed that bird.
Maybe.
Randy was on my list for pitchers. Pedro was my number 1 pitcher, by the way.
Peter, don't ban us.
Hey, the craziest baseball stat, I know it. The baseball guys, you understand it, but Nolan Ryan's never won a Cy Young.
Yeah, because ERA was fucking 4 every year.
It wasn't around when he was around.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know when the Cy Young thing.
Hey, y'all see that?
Oh yeah, no, we're way past our time that we're supposed to have.
No,
we got like 10 minutes to spare.
Yeah, we had 10 minutes to spare because of
technical difficulties.
Yeah. But it's been a good show. Shout out to Christian for our technical difficulties. Shout out to.
Do we want to get one Christian corner before we go?
No, we do not. We got it with his.
Hey, I appreciate that, Chris. You're the only one that cares about it.
Yeah,
you care about it, but
if you wouldn't do what you did, we couldn't do it. So punishment.
Y'all have plans to set it out anyway.
Now you know better, you'll do better. Anyway, it's been a great show. Matt, my feet and my boxers too little. Tell us something, man.
Hey, my top 3 baseball list would dominate Billy's, and that's all I care about.
Chris, tell me something.
Billy gonna have to throw out a 3, a 4, and a 5 starter. So we putting up about 35 runs on that fucking team.
We might
give up 30, but we putting up 35. Goddamn.
Yeah, we might score 2 runs in the first 2 games of the series, but I have a 7-game series. We're putting up 40.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Half a star CMR. Tell me something.
It's just been a good show. That's all I got.
Was it?
I do like. I will say the group chat's gotten a little more lively with Chris. I will say.
My bad.
No, it's good. That's a good thing. Chris.
It'd be cool if Billy responded every once in a while.
Yeah, it would be nice. Billy
We gotta
act
wait
like
till
he
show day
has-
to get some clarification on this fucking topic that we did last. We were struggling for like 3-4 days trying to figure out what we were supposed to talk about.
Billy act like his job is the only job in the Navy, and he's just so busy. I know for a fact that those fucking CBs wouldn't care if it was grilled dirt. They would eat it. So
No, you should,
Yeah.
dude. You really got to see the complaints from these kids.
Hey, a man to take pride in his job. I respect it.
Thank you.
he
Thank
don't
you.
give a fuck about his job. He's getting out.
I don't respect him.
That dude
You
gave me
trying to
the
give out
worst.
quality food?
Man,
I gave
he
you the
gave me
worst.
some of the worst MREs ever. I was trying to get the good ones, and he's just, Tonio, this is what you got. Billy, open up the fucking box and give me the good shit. I can't do that. What the fuck?
That's never gonna happen. Ever.
No,
He's
no
a
favoritism.
liar.
None at all. Either way, that would never deter our friendship. We'll be best friends till we old, and well, he's never getting great because he doesn't have hair. So yeah,
I'm gonna say I'm never
He's
getting
getting-
old.
He'll get dusty, that's for sure.
you'll definitely get old, but you won't get great. It's been another great episode, man. Hey, look, merch coming soon. I know we've been saying it, but me and Billy and the team got to get these logos right so we can put y'all some good shit out here so y'all can wear and represent us. A link tree is coming soon, so people be like, "Hey, where all can I listen to the show?" Well, we got everything: Spotify,
And soon these
Apple Pie.
dogs are about to be blurred.
Oh,
Is that
my
dirt?
God.
Matt,
Don't start talking about Spotify. Y'all ain't uploaded
He
since
gonna-
like
on my foot.
4th of July.
that's
Come on
Tonio.
now.
Tonio's the Spotify guy. I don't want to hear shit about that.
I just
That's
checked it
Billy.
again today because somebody was asking me if it's a podcast. It's like, now you got to watch the YouTube show, bro. We supposed to be a podcast, but
Yeah.
My bad.
I'll see what I
It's
can
Billy's
do.
fault. It's Billy's fault. You know what? Fuck it. Every episode since Chris got on here uploaded tonight. Hey, but it's been a good show, man. Thank y'all for coming, fucking with us. Hey, every week we getting better. Every week we gonna grow more. Y'all like, share, subscribe, and it's been Brick Shots with Billy and Tonio. Peace.